Hi. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. Trust me, it's college and so much work and whatever else has been going on. Bunch of drama too, might I add, but we won't go into that. Don't worry about it, it's nothing serious, just a problem with someone else that needs to be solved. I'm gonna do a video. This topic is very graphic, and I can tell you, because one of my friends put it up on Facebook about the whole incident with Junko Furuta. It's a case that happened several years ago. Maybe not even several years, like many years ago, where she was a Japanese girl. She was very young, and she got kidnapped and tortured over 44 days until she was dead. So I looked up the information, and I saw what was done at a span of 44 days with her, and I can tell you that I literally felt sick to my stomach. I felt like a part of me as a woman died that moment because of what they did to her. It's like, how could you guys do that to her? If you read the descriptions, because I'm not going to go into every damn description because it's wicked brutal with some of the things that were done to her. Oh my god, I don't know how. No wonder by day 40-something she was asking for them to kill her. She couldn't take it anymore, and I don't blame her because she has to wake up every day to this. To the torture and to the men doing things to her. I'm like, what is with these men? Like, they're by far the worst men I've ever seen. They're a disgrace. I can't even tell you if they were scum or not. They're like below scum. Like I can't even tell you that. And I sit here and think, like, this poor woman. I think she's 19. I'm not sure how old she was. I know she's in the teenage bracket. I am disgusted by what was done to her. She didn't even ask for this. She was innocent, and they did all this stuff to her. Oh my god. It wasn't even funny. Like, one of them thought when she was having a seizure that it was by fake. I said, oh no, not by what you guys were doing to her. It wasn't fake. Like, how the hell could you guys just say that? The stuff they did was just, it's hard to imagine, but if you put yourself in her place, it's awful. You won't feel the same. Like, you'll feel like, wow, these people have a disgrace for human life. They don't even care. Basically, they killed her. And in a way, they did. And probably it's their fault now. It's their fault. It's just that. It's so sad to see what she, the movie, well, I don't know if I've ever seen the movie. I haven't seen the movie where they depicted what they did to her. I mean, these guys were dropping dumbbells on her stomach. They were, forcing her to do things she didn't want to do. She tried to escape. Here's the bad part about this. She tried to escape. They wouldn't do anything. They knew something was wrong. I'm like, why are you guys gonna just stand there? I know these people are part of the whatever clan that is. That's the gang in Japan, but you can't just be like that. That woman begged for your help, and she was trying to get herself out of this mess because she knows something's wrong, and she never got out. In fact, she stayed there till she died, and by herself too, man. What kind of death is that? They burned her. They oh my god, they made them mutilated her. That wasn't even fair. It's like, I was speechless after I saw the amount of things they did to her. I'm like, you guys are monsters. I don't even know if you guys are even human. You guys are definitely not human. You lack a conscience of some sort. You have some psychological problem going on, or your families didn't teach you anything better. But man, Japan did themselves a misfortune there, because now that'll never be solved. That they let them go. Like, I'm like, seriously? If this was America now, they would have had the death penalty, or they would have been away for life for such a disturbing crime. And for killing her. There would be double consequences and double charges. Like, I can't believe this. I truly can't believe it. It's like, how could they do this to somebody? It's 4 of them. 4 men. I feel sorry for her. She's dead, you know? And you know what? She didn't even get to live a full life. That's the life she lived until she was dead. It's like, that's not even fair, man. She's young. And that's how she that's how she gets to leave the world that way? Like, no way. Well, since they got off, I hope there's a way with karma, because seriously, these men are messed up in their friggin' heads. I have never seen something like this. This is horrendous. But they let them off. I'm like, you guys did yourself a bad favor. I said, wow. They're all still out there. There's no justice for that. She has to die with no justice. I said, that's not even right. Her mother has heard of it. This was years ago. She's not even right to this day. She had to go to a psychiatric place because it messed with her. It messed with her head. Like, it's seriously, she got messed up after hearing that what happened to her daughter. Oh my God, she was not right. The family's messed up because of that. It's so sad. It's like, you know what? It's people like that though that strengthen my justice. You know what? It's people like that when they mess up and F up like that. It's like, you know what? Because of what you guys did, and you know what happened, whoever does stuff like this and gets away with it, I don't give up on those cases. I don't give up on when there's something wrong. I point it out and I say, listen, you either fix this or I'm gonna go up to a higher power. And I say, I'm serious. I don't play the games with when justice is being messed with. I'm like, no, you know. If it was me, and if it was a life and death situation, if I called the police, I would have called the police. Like, oh, let them kill me. You know, I would have taken the sacrifice because I'm like, no, I'm not letting this person suffer this way. They probably wouldn't even have came after them. I mean, if you just did it in certain secret, no one would have known. No one would have known, you know. You could have just done it in secret and no one would have known. It could have just saved her from all that disaster. She got tortured 44 days. Some of it, it's so gruesome. Like, she one time, she had blood in her nose so far up that she couldn't even breathe. It had to be out of her mouth. I'm like, oh my God. I can't even go into half the details because they're so graphic. And if you're a woman, you will think that it's so horrible. You'll be like, oh my God. My sacred, I don't know how to say it. It's like, my sacred spot's not safe. Well, that's what I'll leave it at that. But seriously, they did some freaking twisted things. It's like, what? I can't believe this happened. She didn't deserve it at all. She was just going to school and doing what she normally does. She got kidnapped. All this shit happened. It's like, you know what? If this was America, you guys wouldn't be running around out here in Japan. You would be in jail for life, or you would be death sentenced, because that's how we do it in America. We don't let those things slide. But fortunately, they got away, and it's like, well, that's just another injustice in the world that'll never be dealt up with, because the killers are free and there's nothing we can do. They're all loose, probably doing more damage. But I don't know. But I've never seen something quite as disturbing as this. It's like, wow. They lack a conscience, man, because if they knew it was wrong, they would have stopped. No, they did the whole 44 days. No problem. I'm like, something is seriously wrong with the psyche of all 4 of those men. They took advantage of her. They did things to her. I'm like, didn't you guys just think that was kind of wrong to do? Like, no, we'll keep going. I'm like, you guys are sick. Man, karma is gonna come at you 7-fold, maybe even more than 7-fold, because you got off with it. There's no way karma's you can't escape that. I'll give a warning to all those 4 men out there. I'm like, listen, karma will come get you. Maybe it already has, and I don't even know about it. But there's no way you're getting away with this. There's no way to bring that girl back, and there's no way to give her a second chance so this stuff doesn't happen to her again. It's done. She doesn't get a second chance. She gets nothing. She's dead. You know, that's it. That was how her end of her life was. It makes me sick. They should all be ashamed of their damn selves. You know, I am not happy that they got off. I'm like, what kind of punishment is that? That is not a punishment. That's an injustice. And it's not fair. I bet you that girl cried many times over. Those men did so many twisted things to her. I'm sorry, it's just disturbing. I just didn't think people could be twisted that way and could do such a thing. I didn't think people could do that. Yeah, I've met some pretty bad people in my life and mean people, but never something like them four. I have never seen more monster and more people doing an atrocious act than them four. Oh my god, and you guys want to think that you've seen it all. I didn't see it all until this. It's like, oh my god. I feel so sorry for her because she did not deserve that and she got what she got. And it's like, there's no way this can be right. And I personally feel bad for her. It's like, wow, what if I was Junko? What would I do? What would I do? Those men are really have no respect for women because they did things to her that were just, that cringed me. It's like, I don't even want to, oh my god. Half of me as a woman died after reading the statements and knowing they got off with it. Half of me as a woman died. It's like, mind you, this could happen to anybody. I don't know what possessed them to do this. Like, I'm still trying to figure out what possessed them to do this for so long until she died. It's like, damn. You guys have no conscience, do you? I feel sick knowing they even got away with it. I'm like, oh my god, what the? You guys should have never, they should have been sentenced to life. How can she ever rest in peace now? I'm sure she has now, but how could she ever? There's no justice done for her, and I'm, you know, that only strengthens me to want to bring more justice when something's wrong. And I'm not gonna give up if it means an injustice. Then I'm not giving up. It's like, no, because I think now one justice is one too many things go wrong, and she didn't deserve it. I could go on and on and on and on about this topic because there's so many things wrong. It's all wrong if you look at it from her perspective. It's all wrong. They made me sick, all four of them. It's like, how could you just do something to someone like that and see the tears and see that it hurt her and see that it humiliated her and you still went on with it like it was no problem, like that was okay to do? You, all four of you, are messed up in your head and you should rethink twice what you're doing, because seriously, you not only disgraced her, you disgraced your own damn selves. And if this was America, man, they would have paid the ultimate price for it. Or the next ultimate price for it. You know, one or the other, they would have paid for it. Not them. They're off loose. I really feel sorry for Junko. Just, that's not fair. It'll never be right because, you know what, she has to, well, she's dead now, but it's not fair. She never got to live a full life. She just got it taken away because of the sick, twisted pleasure of these four men. I don't even know if they're human. I said there's no way they're human. Something is seriously gapped there where they're not human. There's no way. A human would never do this because then they have feelings and emotions. They would have stopped. They didn't. So I said, I don't know if that's a human or not. That's like a inhumane thing. There are inhumane things. Dear, oh dear, how could this happen? What a shame that this happened to this poor girl. I just have nothing to say. It's like, If you read the list of things that happened to her day by day, no wonder by day 40-something she's saying, I want to die. There's no reason to live if this is the way it's gonna go for the rest of the time there. Like, every day she has to wake up to that. Remember that, man. Every day. I couldn't take that. She didn't deserve it, and it's a shame an innocent person went under that and is dead. Hopefully she finds peace where she's at, because I'm very sorry, Junko, that this happened to you. You didn't deserve it, and I'm very sorry that there was no justice for you, but there is a way to make the world right, and it's people like me who are gonna always push for justice when something's wrong. And I'm going to make sure that I continue to do that for the rest of my life, because I already have someone that I cared about go under an injustice situation, and I'm fighting hard now to make sure that when I go into my profession that I have justices all the time. So I'm just very sad this happened to somebody, and their human psyches are just twisted up. I've never seen something like this, and yeah, for the next few days it tortured me too. Tortured me for the next few days. I was just like, wow, I have nothing to say. When I was done reading it online, I was like, this seriously happened. This is true life. This really happened. It's like, why did this happen? I just don't understand. It'll never be right, because this no justice happened and she's dead. So you know what? Wherever the four of them are, karma is going to strike more than sevenfold. You will not escape that. I know you may have gotten off with it, but you're not going to escape karma. It will do bad things to you because you did bad things to her. You did the worst inhumane things to her. You will suffer a bad fate because of it. And if you do get off, there's no way you guys are going to make it to the next place. You will go to the underworld for all of it. You won't make it to the good place. I'm warning you. You will not. You will not make it. I don't understand why there's injustices like this and people keep getting away with things. But you know what? As a person like me, who has a strong sense of justice and knows how to treat everybody right and knows what she's doing, I thank God every day I didn't turn out like them. And I thank God every day I didn't turn out like the rest of these mean people and these miserable people. I thank God my life is in order. And that I know what I want to do, and that I have ambitions, and that I have a sense of what I'm doing, and that I treat everybody with the right respect, because I wasn't treated with the right respect either. Well, not in Junko's case, but in, in the past with people. Anyways, I will end the video. I will just keep saying it is if you do want to look this up, that I want to put a hefty graphic note on it, because some of the stuff is fairly graphic. It'll bother you for days what happened to her. I'm serious, but unfortunately it needs to be there so we know the exact damage was done, and that it scares us, so we know that it's something we shouldn't do. But it's very graphic. It's very graphic. It'll bother you for the next few days. You will have so many worries. But I've been meaning to make the video, but I just didn't have the time, but now I did, so anyways, rest in peace, Junko. And I really promise that as a person of my abilities and unique strength, that I will continue to fight for justice and make sure that injustices are not many, but very few. Please rest in peace, because you really deserve it.